Welcome and thank you so much for joining us today as we celebrate Hephzibah Generation's 10-year anniversary. And today I am here joined with Uncle Timo and Chairman Shawn. How are you guys feeling today?
Great. I'm blessed.
I'm feeling good too,
Energized?
Yes,
Ready to go?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So we're here to celebrate 10-year anniversary as Hephzibah. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, personally, honestly, I've been here for like 5 years. I've experienced Hephzibah for 5 years, so maybe that's a question for Tim.
Well, Tim, how does 10 years, year 10, make you feel?
That's a really great question. And 10 years is a very long time. And it's been I basically grew up in Hephzibah. And all my memories growing up in church, it was through Hephzibah, and like my youth.
Wow.
Was all in Hephzibah. So how I feel about it, I can't just put it in one word, but I guess you could say amazing. I feel amazing. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So I wanted to start with, we've been here for 10 years, but I want to hear you guys' story of how you came into Hephzibah. And Tim, we can start with you. Tell us how your life was before, how you came into Hephzibah, and how it's been so far.
So my story goes a little bit longer before Hephzibah. I'm gonna keep it short. So first thing that happened was we lived in the same apartment as Apostle Martin.
Okay.
And he started doing services on Wednesday. Boom. He started a church. My brother used to go to his church, and my mom and everybody else used to go to a different church.
Yeah.
But then later we ended up going to the House of Glory Church, and then we met Philip. Actually, it was Pita. We met Pita first, and then Philip came around. And then at that time, the church was pretty, stable, pretty big. And then there was two groups. There was the
Pure Now, and I think The Rock.
The Rock. It was like a boys group, and then there's a girls group. And then at some point, they joined together, and that's what became Hephzibah. And at that point, I think I was like 13 years old.
You were in The Rock, yeah?
Huh?
You were in The Rock, the group The Rock, right?
Yeah, I was like the youngest one,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! How did that? You were the youngest person in The Rock.
Actually, I have a pretty funny story about.
Tell us. We want to hear.
So, there's this guy, my favorite guy actually. His name is Pastor Steve. One time we were at The Rock, and he asked me. No, we were all sitting down, and we were about to do like a Bible study, and then he goes, Timo, open the book of Moses. I was looking for the book of Moses
the whole time
for like at least 30 minutes. The book of Moses doesn't exist, right? But I'll never forget that because the book of Moses doesn't exist. So yeah.
What happened when you didn't find it?
I found out that it doesn't exist because I looked through the whole Bible, and that was his whole point,
You needed The Rock. For sure, you needed The Rock. Wow. How about you, Shawn? How did you, what's your journey into coming into Hephzibah?
Wow, I think mine was, as soon as I came to Sacramento, it was by default. So first, my mom moved here about 6 years ago. And yeah, I was still in high school in Maryland. And, I didn't want to move with her because I kind of wanted to finish high school. High school.
Baltimore. Can you say it? Can you say it?
Huh?
Can you say the Baltimore?
In Baltimore?
Baltimore. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I wanted to finish high school. So after I finished high school, I came here. But before that, I was coming in and out. And I would come for summer and maybe my birthday sometimes. And just being there since my mom came to this church, I was put into the service of Hephzibah.
Was it like a culture shock for you when you came in? Like, oh, wait a minute, I just signed up for all this.
Not really, because I always grew up like in church and like I always like went to church and all. So I was never like far from God,
the
you can
Lord.
say. Yeah, exactly. So just here, I got more introduced to like service, like actually doing work and stuff, because like I remember I was like 16 and
wow,
Masha was
16.
Yeah, Masha was telling me to like clean a van. I'm like, bro, why am I cleaning a van? I've never been in this thing. It was an old van
with no paint. For free.
And for free in my summer, bro.
Like, what's the ROI, guys?
For real. So I'm like, okay. But, I did it. I cleaned the van inside and out that summer. Had cobwebs and everything, man. I was in there. So after that moment, I was like, man, like, I realized like there's a lot of work like to be done, but some people may stray away and do this, but I was glad I actually stayed in it, and it taught me many different things. So I mean, that's how I started. We can go on with the.
Okay.
That's how I started.
For both of you, I know you guys both started, like, you kind of like were there when the merger happened of Pure Now and The Rock, and you came in when it was already like established, like year 5, right?
Yeah.
But what attracted you guys to not only join Hephzibah but stay in Hephzibah? Because you guys have been there for like quite a few years. Like, what made you guys stay? We can start out with Shawn this time.
Yeah. I was actually gonna say, let me start. Cap. But for me, it was as I said, I was never far from God. So like, there was a time where in my life where I felt like I came to realization like, okay, this is not the place like I'm a stay and I'm a live, but I got the word like this is where I'm gonna come and get like my faith straight, so that now later on wherever I go, I don't have to. I'm not still what Masha usually says, like a baby Christian or
drinking milk.
Yeah, drinking milk. So this was a place I was gonna set myself, and then wherever I go, like I'm straight.
Wow.
So that's why I stayed. That's
awesome. Oh man, how about you, Tim? What made you stay in Hephzibah? I know you said you were 13, and usually at that age you go to church because that's what you do. But like, what made you stay in Hephzibah?
Well, before I made a decision to serve the Lord on my own, my own will.
Yeah.
It was my mom. My mom kind of was like, basically like, you have to do this, and then I got into playing the drums because there was like nobody to do it. Because I was always the backup. Like they would consider me the main drummer, but to me it was like, like I'm the backup because I'm not even trained.
Seasonal.
Yeah, like. But
oh wait, so you didn't know how to play the drums?
I learned how to play the drums on Sundays.
Oh my gosh.
Facts.
Oh man, it was.
Then we started working on projects and other things that piqued my interest, and it was all in the name of the Lord. And just through like conferences and going to meetings, you kind of understand what's going on. You have your own idea. Like I was raised in church since I was born. It's just. That was just the way to go in my household, and that's what I did, and here we are.
Wow, year 10. Wow, you guys both touched on service. I want you guys to explain to us, and some people who may not know, how did you guys serve in Hephzibah, and in what areas did you guys serve? If you want to go ahead and start, like what departments did you guys serve in?
I can start. I feel like me, like I had many random things that I would just be doing. Like if it was, being here to maybe like clean up sometimes, or when we were painting the church, was there I think I was just a body, like somebody
ready to be used. Use me, Jesus.
Yeah, I did. Wow. I never had like a specific thing, and then when I started driving is when I had more of a specific thing, because like I was driving people everywhere, picking from the airport, whatever.
I remember Abby calling, talking about you driving, how you were such a good driver.
Yeah,
I remember that year.
Yeah, exactly. So when that started, I was doing that a lot, and then I eventually got into finance for we had like a restaurant where we served like chips and sausages.
Oh, right, and sausages, man.
Yeah, so there was a good amount of time where I was doing the finance thing for that. But it didn't last long. It didn't last long. I think I started moving around too much, and it was a lot to like
stay there. Yeah.
So I got into that a lot, and that's basically what I was. So I was just a body for real.
No, I like that. How about you, Tim?
So the first thing that I did, lasted the longest was probably praise and worship. And it was like kind of joined as the church and Hephzibah. Like I was the drummer.
Okay.
Every time we would go out somewhere, I'd end up playing drums. And I didn't learn drums in church, but I got pretty good. I would say. But another thing we did, clothing. I was in charge of that. I used to design some of the shirts with pita. And then, eventually we got our own screen printing machine. And then I'm not sure if they still have it, but now at the time, we used to be able to make our own clothes.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, spearheading that project with Philip and Pita.
Wow.
That's another thing. If it comes to mind, I'll let you know.
You
But
let
those
me
are the
know?
two. Yeah, those are the two that I really enjoy doing.
Wow.
Oh, it came back to mind. So I do music now, right?
Uh-huh.
So this passion for music didn't just start today. Like I remember I was like 14 years old, and we built a studio at the back of our first church.
Yeah.
And at that time it was just GK and Moi. And then I used to always hang out with Moi and GK, and they were shout out to Moi at Proud Refuge and George Karongo. But they were like making music, and I was just like so like interested.
Yeah.
So we would spend a lot of time, and I grew a passion, and somehow Moi was just like, yo, write some bars, you could be on the song. And we did a song, we did a show, and I was just like, what? This is lit.
Yeah.
I want to do this.
This
And
is my
then,
calling.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Hold on. Before we move to music, 'cause I wanted to touch deeper on that as well. But the shirts printing. Can you walk us through like the creative process that you guys would do? Because you said you would spearhead that department. I remember sometimes it would come before you guys had the machine, so you would have to like outsource. And I remember you used to like drive different places like far to get the shirts done sometimes. Can you talk to us about like the creative process that goes into making it down to like selling of that shirt?
So there was I have to be honest. I just have to be honest here. So there was always like a struggle because sometimes I would have ideas that are just so out there.
Yeah.
And this is a church, so like, Pita would be the person who would like have the final say, kind of. But then we'd always end up somewhere and say like, okay, this is what we've come up with, and
like a middle ground.
Let's do this, right? And yeah.
Yeah.
But the creative process, it was just like trying to design something that's nice to wear for the youth and basically making something that's pleasant, that you're proud to pay money for in support of the mission that we're on.
Wow. That's awesome. We used to always wonder like this whole shirt thing, but like now we get it. And it's like, even I remember I would look at my wardrobe and I'm like, man, I have so many Hephzibah shirts. Like I'm not even, but your shirts were the bomb. Like I remember those. They were.
I can't claim all of them though. Pita did a lot of work. And Nyambura, she was a part of that team too at some point. Yeah.
Wow.
And Charlton.
Oh, in Charlton.
Charlton
Was a soldier.
Charlton was on the. She was talking about design, but Charlton was screen printing. He wasn't part of the team though.
Yeah.
But as far as designing, Nyambura was also a part of the designing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But shout out to Charlton though, for real.
Man.
No, because that machine, I remember when it would run, that was not a joke, man. Like, I think I used to want to help you guys, but I didn't know how.
That room was an oven, man.
Yo, I remember, I really didn't realize how hot that thing would get. And one day, I don't know if it was you that turned it on. And I was like, when I came back a few minutes later, I was like, I cannot, like, you need water, ice, fan, everything. Wow. Man. So, Shawn, you started calling yourself prophet at one point. Or, you know what? I don't know how. Let's say it this way. Tell me the story of how this whole prophet Shawn thing came to be.
Got you. So, there was a time, I believe it was 2018. The guys would have Bible studies, I believe on Mondays and Wednesdays. So there was a time we were at Masha's mother's house, and
you gotta clear that up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You gotta say Masha's
mother's house.
That was a spot though, like.
That was a spot.
Yeah,
that was
Okay.
a spot.
Don't
yeah.
play it.
I don't
Or
think-
Tim's house. Tim's.
I gotta put it like that. It was a spot. Yo.
Yeah,
The biz, You were the biz.
nah, for real. I don't think I've been there ever since.
Oh man. We
Wow,
love you, man.
wow,
We
wow,
love you,
wow.
Mom.
But yeah, we were there for Bible study, and at the end of it, we were just kind of asking, like, people was, I was in a room where people mostly knew what they were called in the ministry, and I really, I had no clue.
Blink Shawn, no.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I knew like different things and different, the ministries and what they're called. And I just happened to say, I was like, I think if it was anything I would be, I think I would be a prophet.
Yeah?
Because it just always, like the word prophet and the nature of them, it always stuck out to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like I could be that guy.
Wow. Can you just prophesy to the people, Shawn?
What?
Can you just give us a nice word? No, I like that because he would be like, yeah, I'm Prophet Shawn. I'm like, oh, he was ordained? Okay.
But ever since then, they prayed over it.
Wow.
And Masha, ever since they just see, he's like, prophet.
Prophet.
So, I just take it. I just take it.
It's the power of that mouth, Shawn.
Honestly, I feel like, you gotta state it first before you become it.
Come on.
So, I mean, because I don't see myself as a pastor every Sunday. Like I could probably do a message,
Messenger too.
a message too, maybe. Yeah. But that I feel like the nature of them, like, and after that, actually, I ended up looking up scriptures of prophets.
Wow.
And their nature and what they do, like they're there to like destroy / build things. So
wow.
it was. I'm still in the studies, but I took that on. So
wow.
that's how I became Prophet Shawn.
Again, when was this again? How many years are we talking?
About 2 years ago.
Wow.
Almost 3, actually. Yeah,
wow.
almost 3. Yeah.
Hey, Shawn, I like that. Prophet Shawn Chege. Like, the brother has so many, like, at this point, we just, wow, president. Yeah. I like that. Wow. Guys, so I kind of want to talk about some of your favorite memories in Hephzibah. I know 10 years for you and 5 for you, but what was some of like your epic moments that you're like, yo, this has to go down in history as one of the greatest moments? What was that for you in Hephzibah? How about you, Tim?
Well, that's a really good question, and I want to give you like a powerful answer. But like at this moment, what I would have to say is,
we want to know. No, brother, we want to know.
What I would have to say is like, there was a lot of special moments when you'd hang out with your friends who were in Hephzibah. But then special moments I feel like for a lot of people would be the conferences. Every year it got bigger, it got better. People got, a lot more people got saved every time. Because that's the mission. The mission is to live for Christ and spread the word. So for me, I believe and I know that, and I feel like the conferences were the greatest moments of Hephzibah.
Yeah? What was your favorite
me.
conference? Or top 3? If you can't give that one top, I can give one top for sure. But what was your top 3?
I think it was the second time Evan Collins came.
Okay.
And I have a picture actually on my phone. I was standing next to this guy. This girl her name's Esther. It was like a photo, and I remember I have that photo on my phone. I don't know where I found it, but like it was just like that was like my favorite conference.
Why was it your favorite conference? We want to know. We want to know why. Oh man!
It's because that was the first time I ever cried in public.
Wow! Oh, I remember you. He was look. I remember that day. He was. We were all on the altar. It was next to me, and I'm like, Lord, speak to me. And I just hear somebody wailing, and I'm like, who is that?
It's the soldiers of Christ.
The Holy Ghost.
No, because we knew Tim as the jokester and the funny one. So I'm like, and I was like, I knew it was Jesus. I was like, I knew he's being touched. Man,
I was broken down, shaken together.
Run over. No, I like that. Oh, I remember. I was right next to you. I remember that year.
But I know what you were trying to ask.
Tim, you didn't connect. no, that year was amazing. Oh man,
That was a really good year.
It was.
Like, wow. Do you remember that year?
Which one?
You were bright.
the year of the shut up devil, that whole thing came about.
Oh.
Something about.
I think Anthony Ryan was here that year.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually-
it was that year.
Okay, I have to take. Okay, that was a really good year, but I think my favorite year was when Positive came.
That's what I said. Me too.
Yo,
Yeah.
because
You know, like the island flavor. It was giving us
bro,
life, man.
that was. Oh,
I think I missed that one.
Oh, you weren't here
Oh,
with
dude.
Positive came?
Nah.
Man,
nah.
don't worry. We're gonna go to. Is it Trinidad?
next time.
We'll be Trinidad and Tobago. No, honestly, no, but both those were amazing memories. Wow. Oh my goodness. How about you, Shawn? What was some of your favorite memories in Hephzibah?
Memories or conferences?
Both. What's your favorite memory? What's your favorite conference?
Shoot, I think one of my favorite memories would possibly be I would say like this, either the last time we went to camp. The last time we went to
These
camp.
camps sound
I
epic.
forgot about the camps.
Bruh, camp? Oh man, camp
Camps,
was
yeah.
How many days was camps, by the way?
Like 5, 6, 7 days.
5.
Man, that's
yeah,
vacation.
Yeah.
We were out there in the jungle. Like,
Royal Rumble up in there.
For real.
Why
Actually-
was that one your favorite?
Actually, I lied. The first time I went to camp.
Oh yeah,
your first time is like not
Year
the first
5.
time ever, you know. But
No, the first time I went to camp was the
Uh-huh.
first time that everybody had went to Redwoods. Alliance.
oh, that was the first time. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That was my first time.
why was that your favorite?
That year, I mean, okay. It was just I don't know, like I just enjoyed it. I think I grew up where like I never really had that type of group outings and you put away your phones and whatnot. I mean, personally, I'm not really a phone person anyway.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the type that's just
On
on
your
their
phone.
phones all the time.
Yeah.
But that was it. It was just like I didn't grow up in that type of group environment like where we go out on holy grounds, and we didn't get together for holy
The burning
activities
bush
either,
experience.
the 6 a.m. prayer walks.
Oh, I thought it was 5. Were y'all waking up? Like, would you guys struggle to wake up at 5 in the morning?
like every year, we knew that was a thing, but we still signed
Still
up.
were like,
But like, yo, you had to get up, man.
you didn't try to finesse, like, I'm not feeling so well today. Like, nobody did that.
But then the prayer walk could fix that.
You're like, get up, you'll be healed on the walk. In fact, be first so you can get the healing first. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Waking up early was never like really like a problem to me.
Wow. Chairman, I'm telling you, this guy, hey.
Like, okay, so because when I grew up, right, from like 6 to 8, I was in Kenya, and in Kenya for school we had to wake up at. I remember very vividly. I had to wake. I had to
You
wake
try
up
to
at,
forget those memories.
Bruh, I had to wake up at 5:15, bruh, as like a 6-7-year-old
Soldier.
to go to school.
Royal Rumble.
And anytime after that, it's always been other than elementary school into middle school. It's always been 6.
Oh,
And
that's
even-
true. I know. I like how we're complaining, like we didn't wake up for school.
Yeah, so to wake up early for me, I mean, it wasn't really like,
struggle.
And then
Wow.
also I was smart about it. Like I'm a logical dude, so like I would notice like people are staying up till 1, 2 a.m. playing cards. I'm like, bro, I'm going to sleep as
No.
soon as we're going back into the cabin. I see everybody playing, doing whatever, and I'm like, y'all gonna complain in the morning. But
morning.
I'm gonna be up.
Ooh.
You feel me? So
Were
I mean,
you the
waking up
first one
early
in
was
the
never-
nini like, get up, everybody?
I think I shared a room with Tim.
Bro, we go back, bro.
Yeah, Tim,
Wow.
Freddie, and my boy Troy.
Uh-huh.
And the thing is, in that room, all right, I'm about to snitch a little bit.
Go
I'm not gonna
ahead.
lie. But in that
We're on
room,
holy grounds. It's protected.
that year, we were all supposed to give our phones, and each of them had their phone.
But you,
I was the only one that didn't have the phone.
Why
that's the trick, though. You got to give the burner and keep
I
the
was-
real one.
But we were in the jungle. There was no way that anyone was getting reception.
Exactly.
Except Mary. And that's actually why I moved my whole family to Sprint. Because we were in the jungle and she was...
She was prepping for next camp. Oh, man.
For real.
You were. How are you gonna move your whole family to Sprint for that reason?
No, because they had really good service, like when no one else had service.
How did Mary have her phone?
No, there was a time when you could. Use your
Oh,
phone.
got it.
I don't.
Yeah.
There was a time when you could use your phone, right? I remember how that went, but I don't think they took the phone. I don't think they took the phone the whole time. There was times you could have your phone.
Oh,
That's
okay.
cap. That's cap.
Wow.
They took the phone.
The
so
The
whole
whole,
time?
The whole
5-6 days. That's
the whole
so funny.
5 days, yes.
Oh,
and if
yeah,
you
I'm
had
pretty
your
sure
phone,
I'm
there was a specific spot at the camp, and you know I'm cool with the older ones and the younger ones. So I know what the little younger ones are doing with their phones. They would go to this spot when nobody's around and use their phones. And I mean, I wouldn't tell
know
people
what?
like obviously, so because that's the reason why they tell me. So,
You gotta.
but anyways, yeah, that was the whole nature of the camp. But my favorite conference was that one where I drove Abby Collins.
Which year was that? I remember him saying that, but I can't remember which year was that.
It would have to
I got
be-
my car 2018.
The conference I was talking about, you were there because there was a photo I have on my phone with you in it.
That was probably 2019 then.
You were. I'm sure you were here for Anthony Ryan.
But here's the thing. This is the only reason that was my favorite was because I was mostly in there.
In the conference.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Got
so
it.
like the other two conferences, either like I was around or watching my little brother somewhere, or I'm doing this and that, driving, do whatever. So it was like, bro, I'm not even experiencing the conference. So
you gonna hear the highlights.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
Oh, man.
that's probably why I missed like Positive or whatever. And you remember those guys. And I remember I was actually on the Facebook Live one time, and I think I was watching. There was one time there was like a renowned bishop that was here. I forget his name.
With the long chain? I don't think
I'm
so.
not sure. For a
remember.
youth conference?
I don't remember a bishop coming.
Bishop
No, that's cap. That's cap.
Pius
That was
Wiru, maybe?
that was a throne room. My bad. But for the other conferences, yeah, definitely was just
Yeah.
doing a lot. So I really didn't experience a lot. But my first one, I was good. So
Wow.
yeah, I feel like that. It really and also this is why it was my favorite one. So there was a moment where Abby Collins had called me up out of nowhere.
Ooh, come on,
And-
prophesy.
And he actually, he spoke over me. He was like, he's gonna be a very significant part of this church.
Wow.
I'm not sure if he said financially, but he there's some things that he was just saying you have to start praying for now. And so he told me like from for 3 months to to pray from midnight to 1.
Wow. The
Every
midnight, they
day.
call it the midnight prayer. I've heard of this.
Every day. So I feel like with that taught me like a lot of discipline.
Wow.
Now I'm not gonna lie, because at that time after I got my car, I was busy, and I was turning 18 in that same time that he was telling me. So, I got my first job when I was 18. So, I was really
Now you were washing cars for money. You were doing. Wow.
Yeah.
Where was your first job?
My first job was at Buffalo Wild Wings with this guy. So
You two together. But then you guys go way back then. Wow.
literally. So yeah, in that time, like there was times I'll be working over and so I wouldn't be able to catch those midnight prayers, and it would actually like, as much as it was a new thing for me, I was like, dang, like I feel bad for not doing it.
Convicted.
But it's like, anytime that I'm free at midnight, I was doing it. So
Wow.
yeah, that's why it was my favorite thing. Like it taught me something.
Wow. That's so awesome. Wow, you guys have some good memories. I like that. I'm feeling a little wish I came a little earlier, huh? We should have prayed a little harder.
You've been had the invite. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's transition. What was your least favorite or most challenging moment in the last 10 years, and why?
I'm gonna let Tim take this one.
Hey,
Are you gonna tell me that's a good question?
that's actually an excellent question, but I don't know. I'm not sure if again, as much as it was good, it was also bad.
Right.
But like those memories that I still remember to this day, I'm not sure if I should say it.
No, but I mean, like, what were some times where, sometimes, I mean, let's be real, it's not always easy to do anything. You know what I mean? So even in a youth group of 10 years, there's no way that we can say, it was all roses. There were those thorns that, sometimes were like,
all right, I'm gonna just
man.
say it because I'm not hurt no more by it. But at the time, it was a struggle. All right, so there was a time.
Speak your truth.
Yeah, there was a time we were printing T-shirts, and there was like a conference that was happening through the House of Glory Church, and I was asked to do like this project, right? And I had to like take time off from work and like spend all these hours like printing the shirts. And then like when it came time for compensation, I'm still waiting, bro.
But the Lord will.
No, but it's been over. No, like I have no.
I'm glad you found your healing, brother.
Yeah, I've actually been blessed. It was around the same time when my mom actually bought me a laptop. Like,
wow.
I don't know if it's connected, but yeah, remember he came to my house one time and just saw a laptop. I was going through some things, bro.
You see, I mean, look, it might not even been the same price, Tip. You got a better deal.
No. The laptop was way. So.
And you use it till today to make your music, yeah?
Yeah, and again, wow. It's like, okay, the reason I'm saying is, okay, I'm just saying that because you asked the question. What was the lows, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you about there's so many highs, but it's a question you asked.
No, yeah. No, I think it's good the reason I asked this question is like to show like, there are those challenging moments, but the fact that you still here, you still stuck it out, and it's like, those moments, I mean, at that moment, you're probably like, wow. So we gonna talk about the ending, or but that you stuck it through.
I actually didn't show up to church for like 2 months, and then when I came, I was really like concerned because you have an agreement with somebody. It's like you gotta just hold up your end of the deal.
Keep your end.
But again, like I said, that might have to just be
your most challenging time.
We're gonna call it the L.
Yeah. No, but it's really a dub because you got a whole laptop that you used 10 years
Well, when
later.
I say L, I mean lessons.
Ah, okay. This is why he's the artist. This is why he's the artist.
Wow.
Wow. So, Shawn, Chairman, tell us. What was one of your lowest moments? Or let me not say that. Like your least favorite moment.
My
your
least
challenging
favorite
time.
From Guaro, man. Don't be politically correct.
We're on a holy crowd.
I feel like, okay, I can't really put that into one time, as in.
Oh wow! Okay, Shawn.
You trying to talk about a season?
Yeah, I feel like my first couple years, like coming in and out before I stationed here, was pretty
stationed. It's like the army.
I think my first couple years before I was stationed here was literally. That was probably like
the roughest, huh?
The roughest, just because I was not like a willing person, and I feel like there's times I feel like I was asked to do things, and I'm like, bro, am I the only one that can do this?
Like, can you not see anybody else for me? No, you know what? That time when your parent only like calls your name.
Exactly,
wow.
and then I was fairly new, so I'm like, bro, why you keep asking me to do all these things? Yeah, and then there was one time I actually got into it with Peter Masharia.
Oh yes, powerful man of God. Somebody say hallelujah.
You either gotta love him or you gotta hate him. Like there's no in between with that guy, man.
Oh man.
Nah, for real, but Masha's my guy. That's my guy. But there was a time when we were going through some conflicts because like he'd be asking me to do all these things.
He was pushing.
And he was pushing me, and it was like. Kind of condemn me if I didn't want to do it. I'm like, yo, get off me, like you're not my boss, like But so
and he loves those, yeah.
Exactly, and then it would be like, it would be a lot of things that are like not planned. They're like kind of like, oh man,
sporadic.
I need you to do this. Yeah, like, kind of just. Can you be there? Like it was never like, hey, I need you to do this on Thursday.
It's a chairman in you. I'm telling you. You like that order and organization and that plan. Exactly. And the, just spontaneous stuff throw you off. No, I feel it.
Exactly.
Wow.
So I had that problem with them, but there's literally one day. The one day we just had a good conversation. It happened out of nowhere. It was at Apostle's house. It wasn't with Apostle, but There were prayers that went on every Monday. So I was there and he was there. And then we ended up talking outside. And then, since that conversation, honestly, Masha's been like my guy since then, helping him do whatever.
That's what's up. I like that. Yeah. No, see, exactly. That's what I was saying. I was like learning that, sometimes you could have literally left and be like, oh, this one. But developing that like one-on-ones that you guys can talk even when it's challenging times, like let's hash this out. And still you're here today, super cool. I mean, you were in our wedding, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's amazing. Our tallest guy. But that's awesome, you guys. Wow. So now we have I'm kind of want us to transition to the last part of this segment. We have a new generation of Hephzibah coming up. And I know it's crazy, like you were the 13-year-old. There's a little 13-year-old probably now looking at you like, yo, Tim is like, what are you, 23? Like, oh my gosh, you're 23. They're probably looking at you like, he's in the men ministry type. No, because you didn't think about it. When you're 13, anyone 20 and above is an adult. Like, you senior citizen, Oh,
if
man.
you drive around, you
have a job. That was for me. I used to see women that if you had a purse, you were grown. So the moment I got my purse, I would just keep my lip gloss. I was grown. But they're seeing you with your wallets. What would you guys tell the new generation that's coming in? Like, what's your message to them as we finish up the segment as they come in? Because you guys had such a great time in Hephzibah and you made it even through the rough times. What is your message as they're coming in?
I'll start. To them. I'll start. Our message to the new Hephzibah generation. Wow. It's crazy because I can't even map out who it is. Like I feel like,
but they see in you, Shawn.
We all they
know you.
I mean, I'm cool with all the kids, but literally, I mean, my message would be, just stick through it. It's a growing time. It's a growing time in your life. You're gonna end up learning a lot, and what can I say? Don't be. I would say don't be a sheep.
Oh, don't be a sheep.
Like a sheep. Like don't go with just what everybody else is doing. Like learn to do your own thing because eventually there's a time for everything.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. Like there's a time for me to be in church. There's a time for me to be at work. There's a time for me to study.
Yeah.
There's different times, but don't be a sheep. Like you feel like you have to do what
the wave is this way. The wave is
everything.
That way.
Like you have to. I would say as you're going, I mean, this is probably in the later stages. Maybe a 13-year-old doesn't have to do this, but when you get later on, 17 around there, like be able to plan what you're doing.
Wow.
That's what I would advise because you can get lost in the sauce real quick.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit, they say, the Holy Spirit took me. I'm like, nah, bro, you just weren't.
That was you.
Yeah, you just weren't playing, bro. You can still do what you need to do. So, that's literally my advice, I would say.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's good. Have some individuality. Be yourself. I like that.
Have an agenda.
Yes. Chairman, this one, I'm telling you. Those midnight prayers we're seeing the fruits.
Shawn Chege 2034. Vote now.
Apostle, be calling it Nini.
Yeah, man, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I'm telling you, we know.
The vision is still coming, for real.
I love that. How about you, Tim? Talk to that 13-year-old right now. That's the 13-year-old Tim. What would you tell them?
I'm actually not taking this very lightly because it's a great question. And if I was to go back as me now and talk to myself at 13 years old, I would tell myself to first thing is to listen to your heart. Like you know what is right and what is wrong.
Right.
Because we all have the Holy Spirit within us, and we all know. It's a feeling you have. It's like an understanding that it's not easily explained.
Yeah.
Knowing what's right and what's wrong, right? Yeah. But then also, the best way to remove fear out of anything is by understanding. And what I would say to my 13-year-old self, I would say, pay more attention to school, because when I was younger, I had a fear of not being liked. So I became who I am today because, like, I mean, I'm not faking nothing, but I am who I am. I'm the product of the decisions and the choices I made.
Yeah.
And that's who I am today. But then along that, it was a lot of mistakes. And what I would tell myself is, number one, follow your heart. Number two, I've never been accused of not being real or authentic, but I know myself, and I know that there was times where, you know, you would do things outside your character because you wanted to fit in, you know, and that was, like, there was a time where it was like a split between the guy you met at church and the guy you met at school.
Right.
True facts.
Right.
Like, I would go to school and these were my friends, and actually, anyway, that's the story we could talk in private. but
Call Tim. He'll let you know.
Just ask me about the airline. It's a good story. But third thing, what the heck? Third thing I would tell myself, going back to 13, is just follow your dream. Like, cause I don't know if you know, I make music now, but like I was making music inspired by my friends at the age of 14.
Yeah.
And then we went to a conference and blah, blah, blah. I got super discouraged on stage in front of everybody. I was super embarrassed, and like I stopped making music because I never wanted to feel like that again. And it's justifiable for a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you gotta, like, again, I'm telling you, like, this is the 23-year-old me looking at that 13-year-old boy and saying, no matter what, you can be what you want to be. And and that's such a broad statement to say that people say, but the thing is, it's like,
true, yeah.
It's really like, it's really facts. Like, I'm doing what I should have been doing when I was 14, and that's taken me back so many years. And again, if you're watching this and you're 13, 14, 15, I just want to encourage you to find something that you feel that's natural to you and get deep into it before going to college. And just like right now, I'm so proud of my little brother.
Yeah.
He loves doing video, and I enable him to do that. Like, I asked him, let's go do this, let's do that. You want this equipment? It's good. You know, I got money now. Yo, it's good. Like, that's my little brother. And he's 17, about to turn 18, and he's already
really good.
really good at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I would tell my 13-year-old self. And that was pretty long, but that was from the heart.
Good.
Yeah.
No, we want that.
That was from the heart.
Please, nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I low-key wanted to add on to that. Right?
Please do. In the camera, please.
Yeah, the camera.
Feel free to look at it.
Hey, yo, show Fungua Rojo, man. Right, yo.
I'm going to say right now, this is the moment, right, for the 13, 14-year-old where you're naturally going to be, you know, a product of your environment, right? But this is the transition where you go from a product of your environment and making your environment a product of you.
Ooh.
Pause,
Say it again.
No,
Say it
repeat
again.
that. No.
I needed that, Shawn.
Repeat that. That's for
Wow.
that's for all ages.
For all ages, for real.
That's
Can
a
the
life
church say
supplement.
amen? Wow.
For real, because it goes back to what I was saying. Like, don't be a sheep. Like, follow what you're doing. Follow. You know, you want to pray for your purpose, right? That is revealed to you, so that you know you're not just in an environment where it's stuck.
Yeah.
You know, you can come and you can go in a room and you can change the whole vibe of the room. Or when you go in the room, you know I'm a chairman. You feel me?
Facts.
Chairman.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't even call you Shawn anymore.
Capital facts.
For real, like, you know. So you gotta be able to make your environment a product of you eventually.
Wow.
Exactly.
Honestly, like, I know this is going a little bit longer
No,
than expected.
go
I have
deep.
one more.
Please.
Yo.
Talk to us. No, they need this, Tim.
Okay, this is for all, like, the guys. Okay, I guess gals too, but like, yo, just stay away from the girls, man. Like, I'm so sick. Like, I spent too much time trying to, like, impress people, you know, to be looked at a certain way, to be, like, the boys to think that I'm that guy, and the girls to always, you know, like, and no matter, yo, And yes, we're in church, but the thing is, like, you're still a boy and you're still a girl.
Yes,
like,
yes.
So I'm just saying, like, if you're a guy out there, just stay from the girls, respect your sisters, appreciate them, and like maybe things will come around, and one of them might just.
Especially at that age, bro.
Bro, let me tell you,
that Hephzibah age, right? Relax.
It was rough. Like, I'm gonna tell you, my older brother, actually is the one who like Loki did it right. Like I look at him.
Talk about that, Tim. Touch on that. Let's get real deep. Let's get
Oh man.
God is good.
But yeah, he did it right. But that it was an amazing experience, and I'm super proud to have experienced that. And that's all I got for you.
Amen. Wow, guys, that was amazing. Thank you so much for being here with me today.
No problem.
I'm so proud of you guys.
We're blessed to be here.
No, literally. Wow, that was good. That was really good. So thank you guys so much. I know we took a lot. I know myself, I took a lot from this. And I know the generation watching are definitely going to take a lot of what she said to heart. I know sometimes at that age you might go in there, but it's gonna get in and touch some of them, all of them, in one way or the other. So thank you guys so much for being here today.
No problem.
Yeah?
Thank you for having us.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today we were joined with Timothy and Shawn as we continue to celebrate our 10-year anniversary. So thank you so much and be blessed.